My sister deleted my Minecraft world. So I drowned her. Sounds insane, but let me explain. That world wasn't just a game, it was my escape. 2 years of building castles, farms, entire cities. All gone in 1 second. One afternoon, I logged on and everything was wiped. I ran to her room, asked why, and she just laughed in my face. Relax, it's just blocks. My parents even sided with her, telling me I should spend less time gaming. But me? I wasn't laughing. That was the exact second I decided she had to pay. I didn't rage. I didn't fight. For weeks, I pretended to move on. I even let her use my tablet, even shared snacks with her. But behind that fake smile, I was studying her. I knew every routine, when she showered, when she left for school, when she went swimming alone in the backyard pool. That summer day, the sun was hot, and she went outside with her floaties. I followed silently. She thought I was just hanging out, scrolling on my phone. But when she jumped into the pool, I was right behind her. She giggled, splashed me, and dove underwater. That's when I pushed her down. She fought, she kicked, bubbles rising everywhere, but I held firm. The twist. When it was over, I leaned down and whispered, "Respawn in the real world, sis." Everyone thought it was a tragic accident. My parents cried for weeks. But I knew the truth, she deleted my world. So I deleted hers.
She laughed at me, so I snatched her eyes out. Let's go back in time a little. I was in love with a girl who was in my school. Mira, her name was. Mira was so beautiful that I could eat my shit for her. Anyway, at the end of the year, I asked her out on a date. And she said yes. I was so happy when I heard that. So I got my clothes ready for the next day. And then my sister, Ellie, arrived. She was annoying and bothered me all the time. When I told her I had a date tomorrow and not to mess with me, she laughed at me, saying, "Do you think you're going to have a chance with a girl? LOL." I didn't listen to her and went to sleep. It was D-Day. I was well prepared and started the date. I'll spare you the details of a date, or at least one detail that changes everything. She told me that saying yes to my date request was a prank because her friends knew I was going to ask her, and so she told me that no, she didn't want to go out with me. She told me she'd rather die by a dragon that burns her ass than go out with me. Devastated as I am, I leave to go home, completely traumatized. I came home, and my sister was already there, and then she asked me how the date went. I didn't answer her. I went straight to my room, and she saw me collapsed and started making fun of me, saying, "See? I told you had no chance with a girl." I lost it at that moment. I knocked her to the floor, then took a spoon and told her, "If I have no chance with a girl, you won't even be..."
My brother unplugged my Xbox. So I unplugged his life support. Sounds insane, but let me explain. That Xbox wasn't just a console, it was my escape. My whole world. I spent nights grinding, building, winning. One day, right when I was about to win an online tournament, my brother stormed in, said I was being too loud, and yanked the cable straight out at the wall. My game froze. My victory gone. And he just stood there laughing, calling me pathetic. I wanted to explode, but instead, I stayed calm. I waited. See, what no one knew is that my brother wasn't as strong as he acted. He had an accident years ago, and he needed machines to keep him alive. For weeks, I pretended to let it go. I even helped him with small stuff, brought him water, joked around like nothing happened. But every time I looked at that unplugged Xbox, I remembered. Then came the night. Everyone was asleep. I walked into his room, quiet as a shadow. The hum of the machine filled the air. He looked so peaceful, sleeping. I leaned in and whispered, "Remember when you unplugged me?" Then, I pulled the plug. The twist? He never woke up. My parents think it was a tragic failure. But I know the truth. He unplugged my game. So
he lied about me being a predator, so I ruined his future. Bryce figured out that by calling someone a predator, it makes people blind to the truth and just angry. I wasn't popular or athletic, but I was smart, quiet, and somehow caught Emily's attention. Someone Bryce thought belonged to him. We were just studying, talking after class. Friday morning, fake DMs dropped. Me and a freshman girl. Gross stuff. Disturbing even to read. One had a blurred photo that kind of looked like me. By third period, I was in the vice principal's office. "Immediate suspension," she said. No investigation. Teachers avoided me. Teammates ghosted me. My parents barely looked at me. Emily blocked me. I lost everything. Math team, college replies, even Harvard put my application under review. But I don't scream. I watch, I wait, and I build. The DMs had wrong fonts, timestamps clashed with class, even an emoji I never use. The photo? Reverse image search pulled it from an old group photo. That's when I stopped defending. I gathered real dirt. Messages, confessions, even forged a memo with voice AI. Then I leaked it all. Reddit, fake Insta, burner email to the school. It blew up. He tried to delete the file. Everyone hated him now. They knew what he did. They apologized to me. And about Bryce? Oh,
I banged his girl.
She threw my brother's ashes in the trash, so I fed her guilt until she choked on it. My brother Danny was the only person I ever trusted completely. He wasn't loud or popular or some overachieving golden boy. He was just decent. A kind of rare, quiet kind of decent. The kind of person who would walk an hour just to bring you a charger if your phone was dying. The kind of guy who never raised his voice, even when people deserved to be screamed at. So naturally, the world punished him for it. He died in a motorcycle accident on his way to pick up dog food. It wasn't his fault. Some guy ran a red light. No last words, no chance to say goodbye. Just gone. 1 second, he existed. The next, there was a box of ashes on my coffee table. Now, enter Emily, my ex. Not mine for long, obviously, but long enough to do some permanent damage. She hated Danny, thought he was too clingy, emotionally immature, in the way. I once caught her referring to him as that emotional parasite while on the phone with her sister, but even I didn't think she was capable of what she did. It was 2 months after Danny died. Emily and I had broken up, but I still needed to get my stuff from her apartment. I was in no rush. I didn't want to see her face, but eventually, I showed up, knocked, waited. She opened the door like she didn't recognize me. I left your stuff in a box, she said, next to the trash. My heart stopped. Wait, where's the urn? Her face was blank. What urn? I pushed past her, checked every room, the shelf, the closet. Gone. My brother, the only person who ever showed me unconditional love, now missing. You didn't, I whispered. She rolled her eyes. Oh, that dusty jar? I thought it was old protein powder. Tossed it last week. I don't remember what I said. I think I just left. I walked down the street like a zombie with a grenade in his chest. My legs moving, but my brain somewhere else, screaming, burning, coming apart. That night, I sat in my car staring at her apartment window, and that's when I realized I wasn't going to yell or threaten or call the cops. She didn't deserve justice. She deserved guilt. First, I made her see him. Not really, just close enough. I photoshopped pictures of Danny in crowds, at bus stops, reflections in windows, sent them in blank envelopes. No return address, no note, just enough detail to make her pause, to make her question her memory. Next came the messages. She started getting texts from an unlisted number. Why'd you do it? You know he didn't deserve that. You can't throw away guilt like that. She blocked the number. Cute. I got 5 more. I mailed her one of Danny's old hoodies, the one he wore the day she called him a parasite. I knew she'd recognize it. I spritzed it with his cologne before sealing the box. Inside, I taped a note to the collar. You never really get rid of someone by throwing them away. She stopped going to work. Her Instagram became quotes about spiritual healing and removing negative energy. Classic. Then came the sound. I knew her building. Her hallway echoed like a tomb. So I bought a portable speaker, preloaded it with a whisper track, just faint, raspy breathing and a slow heartbeat, and hid it behind the drywall in her hallway vent. She called the super. They didn't find anything, but she heard it every night, just past midnight. 3 weeks later, she moved out. That would have been enough for most people. But I wasn't most people anymore. She destroyed the one part of my life that wasn't fake or loud or cruel. So I made sure the only thing that followed her now was regret. She moved into a smaller apartment. I found the address, left another envelope. Inside, a single scoop of gray ash and a match. No return address. She messaged me that night. First time in months. Was it you? I left her on red. They say grief is love with nowhere to go. But guilt finds a way in through every crack. It builds, it stains, it festers. And Emily, she lives with him now. Not in her house, but in her head. She threw him in the trash, so I made sure she never stopped digging through.